Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here, live from the First Alert Digital Desk for our Thursday afternoon/evening First Alert weather update. I want to thank everyone for joining me here today. Hopefully you can hear me on our mic here. Hopefully everyone's having a very wonderful Thanksgiving. Many areas avoided that snow chance that we had through today, but not everyone was that lucky. If you've been on social media, you've probably seen some areas there in northern Michigan. We're talking about Holton Lake to Gaylord, out to Ogama County, that have gotten some very heavy snowfall here throughout the day and will continue into the night. For today's stream, we are going to be talking about that snow chance continuing for some areas across mid-Michigan, and then also looking at that snow chance that we do have as we head into the weekend that will look to have more widespread impacts across the region. So we take a look outside. I usually like to start our streams looking outdoors across either the country or mid-Michigan. We're going to stick to Michigan today. We're going to start off looking at downtown Saginaw, where all is quiet here for Thanksgiving. Didn't see much snow, maybe a few flakes here or there, but not any of that accumulating snow from that lake effect that some areas did have, especially again to the north. And we're actually going to look at a northern camera that we do have or have access to, and this is Cadillac, an area that has had that lake effect snow here through the last 24 hours really. And you can see very white, very snowy in that area. Again, 127 has seen some slowdowns today. Just many areas there north. Again, I saw cameras in Gaylord that I don't have access to here, but did see them on social media. Total whiteout, some roads unrecognizable as you're traveling that way. And then I wanted to look out to the west. This is Grand Rapids. Did see some snow, maybe not as much as areas in northern Michigan, but obviously still a good amount as you travel to the west. There's that lake effect snow, and you can tell off in the distance actually that you are seeing some of that lake effect snow there, but maybe clearing off again as you approach the lake, just a little bit too close in some of those areas. Now we are going to look at our sky tracker here. What we see on sky tracker is that sort of continuation of snow in northern Michigan, especially up there, Roscommon and Ogama County. I think that line really has stayed right in between both Roscommon and Ogama County. So if you live up there, let me know what your snow is like. It's always nice to get some reports just to see what you're looking at. We also still have some lake effect snow towards Tuscola and Sanilac counties, and then also on the western half of the state, really mostly out towards 131, but there has been a few sort of cells, I call them areas of snow, that have reached into southern mid-Michigan. We're talking about Shiawassee County, Genesee County, that have reduced visibilities. Again, very quick falling snow. If you are on the roads through the rest of tonight, just be prepared if you're going to be driving, especially 127 or 75 there to the north, expect slowdowns. We'll actually take a look at traffic real quick just to see how we're setting up. Again, not anything so large. We're seeing very large slowdowns, but it's areas, again, up to the north, Ogama County, from West Branch out to Whittemore. You got Rose City, those roads, M55, where you're seeing slowdowns all across those areas. And then up there to the north, towards 75 as you get closer to Higgins Lake and Holton Lake, those are definitely going to be seeing some slowdowns. We don't have 127 there through Roscommon County, so it's hard to say, but I'd imagine there was slowdowns at points for today. But as we look through the rest of mid-Michigan, there really isn't much. You might be seeing a few slowdowns there towards Huron County. That's just an area that did have some lake effect snow, not the heaviest, but it is there as you're getting out and about. And then as we move elsewhere, again, Genesee County into Shiawassee, Lapeer, not much there. And then Lansing and Metro Detroit, also looking relatively good. Obviously busy in Metro Detroit today with the Thanksgiving Day parade and the Detroit Lions sadly taking a loss there, but lots of events going down in Detroit. Good to see though, for the most part, traffic is good in and out of Metro Detroit. I did want to quickly highlight some of the weather alerts that we do have for the next couple of days. Roscommon and Ogama counties continue to hold on to winter storm warnings. That's up until 7 p.m. on Friday, so you still have a day to go where you'll continue to see that lake effect snow chances for Roscommon County into Ogama County. You're looking at maybe 6 to 10 plus inches. Obviously, some areas could jump a little bit more than that. If you do get stuck under that lake effect band, you're definitely going to see higher amounts than that. And we continue to see wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. So that's what's going to create whiteout conditions. I think especially Rose City West into Roscommon County. I'll point that out real quick. This will be an area that has on and off today. Continue to see pretty consistent snowfall going all the way up into northern Michigan through the day. And again, this winter storm warning that goes until 7 p.m. And then as we get into tomorrow, the National Weather Service has also issued a winter storm watch. Right now, it is just for western Michigan into Isabella and Gratiot counties. There's going to be a chance that expands as we get closer and closer to this system on the weekend. That winter storm watch that rolls from Saturday morning until Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I will say that timing will be sort of fine-tuned here over the next day or so as we sort of have a better idea, because it does look like most of that snow that we do see late on the weekend, at least Saturday into Sunday, is going to be late Saturday night where we see that consistent snowfall. And there is going to be a chance, I think, that we see this winter storm watch expanded into Saginaw, Midland, Shiawassee County, even Clare County. I think you do have a chance to have that winter storm watch issued. I think there is sort of a cutoff line we'll see here in a little bit for that snow chance as we move to the west, but it does look like right now those will be the areas that have the highest snow totals. Again, we're going to fine-tune that as we get through the next couple of days. Looking at our wind gust real quick, it is showing us that wind gusts are still a factor, 20 to 30 miles per hour from that northwest. So areas like Holton Lake at 22 miles per hour, that is still strong enough to create whiteout conditions on the roads, any kind of sort of field area. If you have trees, that helps block a lot of that wind, so you may end up losing some of that sort of whiteout chance, but still be careful. I think if you're traveling along 127, areas that did get snow today, just anticipate that. Then as you move to the east, 29 miles per hour in Saginaw, 26 in Bad Axe, and 37 in Port Hope. So definitely still on the breezy side right now. Now as we take a look at our 7-day forecast, we do see snow chances start to lower into Friday. Again, it is a smaller chance there, but as we get into the weekend, a whole different system moves itself in. That will be later Saturday into Sunday. We have now issued a first alert weather day for Sunday with that snow chance. Monday looks to be nice. I think the biggest change into next week is going to be those temperatures. So I say nice 20s for our highs for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And it does look like as we get into next week, we do resume maybe some lake effect snow chances trying to develop. So that's going to be something we'll have to watch out for. Obviously, with snow chances looking to accumulate into this weekend, we're going to want some relief. I don't know if we're really going to get much of that relief into the weekend. But I do have to take a quick break right here. Once I come back from that break, we're going to be looking all at that snow chance for this weekend. So if you have some plans, you're going to want to stick around because I'll have updates on that first alert weather day and just all of the weekend coming up in just about a minute. So stay right here. Well, welcome back, everyone. Meteorologist Stone Schaefer here, live for the second half of our First Alert Weather afternoon update from the First Alert Digital Desk. I want to thank everyone for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, you can head over to our Facebook page at WNEM TV5 News. There, I will try to answer any of the questions you may have. I do apologize if I miss your question. I don't always have the time to look over to that chat, as we do have a lot of information right now that we do have to get through. So, we do have now a First Alert Weather Day issued for Sunday, November 30th. So this weekend, obviously, on Sunday, as a storm system will arrive late Saturday. This is Saturday evening. We'll see snow possibly nonstop through Saturday night into Sunday. We'll have accumulating snow as a possibility. We will also see travel impacts as we're getting out and about for Sunday morning into probably Sunday afternoon as road crews try to keep up. I do want to remind everyone, just be prepared for that. I know we have some big events going on this weekend with Michigan State football and Michigan football on Saturday, and then obviously Michigan high school football championships on Sunday. So definitely going to have to just plan ahead if you're going to be traveling to any of those. Luckily, Michigan State and University of Michigan, obviously those games are a little bit earlier in the day, so we may end up being early enough to miss any of that heavy snow. But if you have a long travel day planned, just be prepared for that snow. And just a few more details that we have for this First Alert Weather Day. Again, snow will start to fall late Saturday evening. We'll see accumulations right around 4 to 6 inches by Sunday morning. We'll actually have that map just here in a second, but snow blowers and shovels will most likely be needed as you're waking up Sunday morning. So I think this is going to be probably our first event widespread. You know, we've had a few events since really mid-November where maybe some areas got some snow. So a couple weeks ago it was Huron County. We're talking about Bad Axe area around there. And then the day and yesterday it's been up to the north, Holton Lake, up to sort of Gaylord, those areas in Ogama County. And this is going to be widespread. We're talking about most of not only mid-Michigan, but it looks like the state in general. There's still some question marks we have to get answered. How much does this system hold together? The exact timing is still up in the air, but there's been very good consistency on forecasting models that a system will move its way through mid-Michigan through this weekend. So we're going to look at our hour by hour here for the next couple of days. Again, continuing to show that chance of lake effect snow up in northern Michigan. We're talking about Holton Lake, Roscommon County, Ogama County, and then even Huron County. You could continue to see lake effect snow through the remainder of tonight into tomorrow morning. I think the nice thing is for Friday is it becomes very isolated. It shouldn't be an all-day thing like it was today, just sort of comes in pockets at times. So definitely if you have plans to sort of keep up throughout the day, you will have that chance to take care of your driveways, to take care of, you know, your sidewalks or your porches if you do have snow. A reminder, though, it's not going to last very long because we won't have relief into this weekend. Because as we can see here on our hour by hour, by the time we hit Saturday morning, we start to see that cloud cover. It starts to increase. That's ahead of that low pressure system as it moves in. Then we move into Saturday midday. We're talking about 4 to 5 p.m., I think. We start to see some isolated snow chances develop. Should still be light, won't have impacts on any traveling you may be trying to finish up for Saturday. It's into the afternoon. We're talking about 6, 7 p.m. that we start to see that consistent snowfall approach much, if not all of mid-Michigan, and that continues through the night, Saturday into Sunday morning. With the heaviest snow looking to fall, I think, right around midnight Saturday. So if you do have late travel plans Saturday into Sunday, I think that window from midnight to about, I'd say 6 to 7 a.m., travel could be very difficult as we continue to see consistent snowfall across mid-Michigan. The nice thing, though, it doesn't appear to be a sort of all-day thing on Sunday. I think by about, I'd say 7, well, let's pull this out a little bit. I think by about 10 to 11 a.m., that snow chance really moves itself out. We actually should be relatively dry through Sunday afternoon. There will still be a chance of some lake effect snow as we once again get a northwest wind that follows that low pressure system as it moves to the east-northeast. So in terms of accumulations, now I do want to say this is early. This is going to change between now and tomorrow at this time. So just keep an eye on your TV5 First Alert Weather Team. Will continue to keep an updated map with this. But for now, it looks like much of the region is at 4 to 6 inches. If you live out to the east, Huron County, Sanilac County, then there north of the bay, that will be areas that it might be a little bit lighter. We're talking about 3 to 5 inches. I did highlight an area, though, that sort of circle that we have highlighted, or I have highlighted, for Clare, Isabella, Gratiot, and Shiawassee County, and even areas of western Midland and Saginaw counties. Those will be areas that we have to watch out for here over the next couple of days. There have been a few models that want to just give locally higher amounts of snow in those areas. I think that's why the National Weather Service has issued that winter storm watch for areas like Gratiot and Isabella County. So we'll see how this develops here over the next 24 hours. We'll have a better idea as we get some of our short-term models, as we call them, start to pick up on this system. But a lot of those models are very consistent on showing 4 to 6 inches for much of mid-Michigan. That includes Bay City, Saginaw, Flint, Midlands, Standish, Whittemore. Then areas as you get out to the east, Port Hope, Bad Axe, into Sanilac County, then north of the bay. Those will be areas maybe a little bit lighter. Like I said before, this is going to change. You're going to want to continue to tune in to the TV5 First Alert Weather Team. Obviously in the morning, First Alert meteorologist Matthew Monroe, he'll be in for Wake Up. He'll have streams throughout the morning into midday just to have more updates on what we see, because we continue to get forecasting model runs. We'll get one here in probably the next few hours. We'll get one later into the night, and then we'll get a few more in the morning. We really can start to see what this system is playing out like. But for now, consistently seeing 4 to 6 inches. And again, that highlighted area out in western mid-Michigan, again, Clare County, Isabella County, Gratiot, Shiawassee, and even portions of Saginaw and Midland, seeing chances of locally higher amounts of snow. So that will be an area that could end up being changed as we get through our Friday. With all this snow, there looks to be impacts that come with this. This is our 1 to 3 day winter weather impact map. This gets updated quite often throughout the day, and I'm actually going to change it. This is for Friday through Sunday. So it is showing we will have actually widespread, maybe if it will load for me. Oh, it broke on me. We'll see if this fixes itself. There it goes. So you do see minor impacts across 127 down to Lansing in the much of mid-Michigan, showing that minor. We start to see pockets of moderate impact. So again, 127 really from Clare down to Ohio/Indiana. If you're heading out west to Grand Rapids this weekend, still showing that moderate impact. And it actually is showing major impact as well up to the north. That is mostly associated with that snow we see tonight into tomorrow. So this area actually will clear up. So obviously you're still going to see impacts. We've been hearing reports of slow roads there to the north, again, especially towards Gaylord, Higgins Lake, into Holton Lake, and then Ogama County. So this area will go away as we get through the night. It's going to be this area of moderate impact that we'll have to keep an eye on, because I'd imagine as we get through probably tonight into tomorrow when they have the next update for this, it goes a little bit longer into Sunday. This, I think, is till 7 a.m. on Sunday. Most likely we could see the possibility of areas like Saginaw, Flint, there, that 75 corridor, seeing that moderate impact. So if you have travel plans for Sunday, I'd be prepared for difficult travels. But I think it's a good thing we're getting ahead of it here. Everyone can plan ahead. If you can't stay home, it's one of those things where maybe do as we continue to see that snow chance for Saturday into Sunday. And again, we see that here, road conditions, on our road conditions set up. Saturday evening, we'll start to see those roads become slick. Saturday night, most roads will be snow covered. And then into Sunday morning, you'll expect slow travel and snow to continue falling. So again, you're going to hear, it's going to probably sound like a broken record with the First Alert Weather Team, but play it safe. Stay safe this weekend. I know a lot of people are going to be out. It's Thanksgiving weekend. We continue to celebrate Thanksgiving. There's obviously Michigan football, Michigan State football. We have Michigan high school football championships. So plan accordingly as we get through the next couple of days into our weekend. And again, just enjoy our Thanksgiving weekend as much as you can, which I think many of us will try. And it is Michigan. We are used to snow. I think we hear that a lot. Well, it's Michigan. But obviously, really our first big widespread storm of the year. We've had, again, a few smaller ones that have tried to develop. But this is, I think, widespread. Almost all of Michigan looks to see some kind of impact if things hold together for Saturday into Sunday. Before I end the stream, I always like to take a look at 7-day forecast for anyone that's looking beyond this weekend. We do see a cool down as well, 30s for tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. We're right back into the 20s for Monday, Tuesday through the midweek. And like I mentioned earlier, it does look like some more lake effect snow wants to try to sort of develop for Tuesday, Wednesday, into Thursday. So I don't think we're done with snow as we get through next week, and it's going to be on the colder side. So just be prepared to bundle up here through the remainder of our Thanksgiving weekend into next week. But I want to thank everyone for joining me here today. As always, thank you for joining me. Again, we'll have more updates on tomorrow morning on Wake Up through the rest of our afternoon here. First Alert meteorologist Matthew Mundreau will be in the building. He'll have a few streams tomorrow. If there's any big changes, you can go check out my Facebook page at Stone Schaefer Weather. There, I'll try to keep you up to date through the rest of the afternoon. You can also tune into WNEM TV5 News at 10 and 11, where we'll have more updates on the weather that's upcoming here over the next couple of days. And as always, you can check out our website, WNEM.com. There you can catch more weather, more sports, and more local news. But again, I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hopefully that continues. Hopefully everyone can stay warm. You can avoid the snow and have a wonderful rest of your day.